What's up, DC Nation? Week 14 is in the books, and the Redskins got that victory. Hell to the Redskins. You like that? I know I like that. Eagles are down. Redskins sweep the shingles. Eagles are out of the playoffs, and the Redskins now move up to 7-5-1 with 3 games left in the season. Oh my God, the game. That was a heartbreaker. Let me tell you. Oh my God. Man, Hopkins missing a field goal. Cousins throwing an interception. Oh God. For a second, I was worried there because the Eagles were in the red zone and all they needed was a touchdown to beat us because we were up by 5. This is another scenario where if Hopkins would have made his field goal, if he wouldn't have missed the field goal, then, you know, we could have been up by 8. I mean, it still would have been a one-possession game, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, my God. Ryan Kerrigan. Kerrigan's a beast, man. Oh, man. In fact, I'm wearing his jersey right now. That I got for Christmas last year. So, man, this game was a nail biter. Oh my God. 27-22 was the final. There were some things I didn't like in the game. Like I said, Hopkins missing another field goal wasn't pleasant, and then Cousins throwing an interception. I mean, but that wasn't his fault. I mean, I don't even know if it was a bad pass. It was one-on-one, and it just happened. I mean, this game could have been a little bit different. You know, if Cousins doesn't throw a pick 6, then the Eagles have 15 points, and then we stay at 27. And then, like I said, Hopkins, if he would have made that field goal, that could have made us win the game by 15. We could have been up 30-15, but this is the NFL where stuff will happen just about anytime you guys can expect it. I mean, I was kind of worried about this game because the last 2 games the Redskins have played have been terrible losses. First losing on Thanksgiving to the Crybabies, and then losing last week to the Retardinals. And then, this week, I'm hearing news on social media saying that Deshaun Jackson might go back to the Eagles, and that questioned me to see if he was going to play bad this week. But no, Deshaun Jackson looked good. Cousins, I don't like him throwing these interceptions. Ever since he won NFC Player of the Month, he's had 3 turnovers in the past 2 games. He's had 4 touchdowns, which isn't bad, averaging 2. Cousins is just about averaging 2 touchdowns a game, which is good and everything, but we cannot have these interceptions. We don't need him to be, causing turnovers and costing us games like that. But, I mean, this was close. Next week, we got to go up against the Panthers, and the Panthers won this week. They won by 12, but they went up against the Chargers. I mean, at first I've been worried because, the Panthers, they're starting to get on a roll lately. They sucked earlier this season, and then ever since they picked up like their second win of the season, they've been starting to win like crazy and try to make the playoffs this year and everything. But I think if the Redskins beat the Panthers next week, then we might eliminate the Panthers' playoff hopes, but then again, that's a if. I don't know if they'll still be playoff eligible or not. I mean, it could happen. It could happen. I mean, I've been looking at the Saints-Falcons, not the Saints and the Falcons, the Saints and the Buccaneers, and I'm also looking at the Falcons and Rams, hoping that, the Saints are beating, hopefully, hoping that the Buccaneers or the Falcons lose in order for us to be back into playoff territory. Because right now, the Buccaneers are beating the Saints 13-5. And the Rams are getting shut down by the Falcons 21-0. So things aren't looking good right now at the half. But this is the NFL. Both teams can come back. I'm not really confident in the Rams. It looks like this Rams team didn't show up this week, so the Falcons will probably win. As for the Buccaneers, the Saints, hopefully they'll start turning things around. I mean, you can't rely on the Saints. I mean, who knows what'll happen that game. But even if they both win, the Redskins, I mean, they're still alive. Even if the Falcons and Buccaneers, if they both win today, then, even though the Redskins still won't be in playoff territory despite us winning this week, then, as long as we beat the Panthers next week, we'll be in playoff territory, because I looked up to see who the Falcons and the Bucs are, the Falcons and the Buccaneers, who they're playing next week. The Falcons are going up against the 49ers, so I'm pretty sure the Falcons will beat them. As for the Buccaneers, they're going up against the Cowboys, so I mean, as long as the Redskins beat the Panthers, then all I got to do is watch the Cowboys, beat the Buccaneers, and the Redskins will be, in the playoffs with 2 games left to go of the season. Cowboys, Giants. Hopefully the Cowboys win that game, so the Redskins will only be 1 game behind second, and then whoever the Giants play next week, with the Redskins' victory against the Panthers, we'll be tied for second in the division with 2 games left in the season. So a lot of stuff still has to get done in order for us to make it to the playoffs, as we're closing in the postseason. 3 games left in the season. Redskins pick up their 7th win. Still alive, baby. Man. Heartbreaker in Philly. Man, it feels good. Coming back home with the win. We'll see what happens against the Panthers next week. We should be able to win this game, as long as we don't make mistakes. Josh Norman sacking Scam Newton. Oh, my God, that'd be great. But, yeah, hopefully the Redskins keep winning. Hopefully the Saints will come back and beat the Buccaneers, and the Redskins will be back into playoff territory. So, yeah, guys, it feels good to win again, especially since, we're fighting for the playoffs. And, yeah, that'll do it for me, and I'll catch you guys next week. Later.